So we just want to chat a little bit, kind of let you know where we're at. We are at the end of the day today. It's Sunday, July 4th, actually. We decided not to go anywhere or do anything. Why do you have an Alabama crimson? You're showing off the oh, it's red.
Yes, it's red.
Red, right.
So was red.
We decided to stay here and hang out and just play with the bus for a little bit. Friday, Saturday. Did we work on Friday and Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Friday and Saturday we
Thursday,
worked.
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, Thursday. We spent 100 hours undoing screws. There's 10,000 screws. Oh yeah, because we took out the seats this week.
Yeah.
Yes, we took out the seats.
It's been a long week.
Yeah. We took those to the dump on Saturday, which I'm telling you was hilarious, some of the reactions we got. But then we took out all the
Didn't
flooring.
some guy help you?
Yeah, he was so amazed that we're doing this. He actually ended up helping us unload all 20 or whatever seats that we have here as he's asking me and Malachi all kinds of questions. So we got the floor up. I finished that this afternoon, and then I had to go back and take out all of some of the screws. We had to grind off the head so we can get the parts out. And then I pulled out all the nails that held down the plywood. And then yeah, everything's ready we're gonna sand it a little bit, prime the floor, and then that'll get us ready for our subfloor. So actually, real quick, so it's interesting. I was struggling with taking out the wood floor because wood's so expensive, and it's kind of silly that we're gonna take out a wood floor to put, in a sense, like a wood floor back down. But as I really thought about it, I know she wanted to pull it out, but as I really thought about it, as much as the buses are built for sturdiness, they're not built for living. So there's no insulation at the bottom. There's a ton of holes. So we need to seal the bottom so there's no more rust that forms. And then we will insulate the bottom. That's where a lot of that we're going to lose a lot of that temperature, or a lot of cold air and hot air is going to come from that ground. So it'll be nice and sealed from the bottom. And then we'll insulate up to the windows. And we understand the windows, we're going to lose a lot of R value, but we really want to keep them. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at now. I'm looking forward to next week when we hopefully get the floor at least cleaned up and sealed and then ready for sub 4, hopefully the following week.
Yeah. I think it's kind of funny how we're like sharing this on our social media accounts and stuff like that, and the comments that people are making, all good comments, but they're like, oh my gosh, I love that, I've always wanted to do that, that's the coolest idea. Or I've even had some people say, I had to look up what a Skoolie was, never heard of it, never knew what it was, which is totally funny because I don't know, I've got Pinterest boards filled with all kinds of stuff, so of course I know what it is, but not everybody does that apparently. So I just love, like, people are saying, I can't wait till I can do that when I retire, or you know, I've always dreamed, that's my husband's dream to do that. That would be so cool. You guys are so lucky that you're doing that. And as we've been talking, like, I love that. I love that, first of all, we are able to start this. This is something we've wanted to do.
Yeah.
Just kind of like dabbled in the thoughts of it. And if it was me, honestly, I would.
Okay, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I got sunburn at Six Flags the other day, and my back is itching so bad, and yeah, so
oh my God,
that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, go ahead.
So if it was up to me, I would make sure that everything was like planned out and perfect, and we had like a great grand plan of everything. But this guy makes me do things that I would probably be too scared to do, and would probably wait before it was too late.
Which does balance us really well, because then we would be.
You would do everything, and I would do nothing.
Yeah.
So,
which is not always good to do everything, and it's not good to do nothing.
Right. So we meet in the middle.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he wouldn't push so much, then I probably would just be like, which was the same thing with our farm, our homestead, and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to make sure, you know, we had the barn set up perfectly.
And then I just brought home ducks with nothing prepared.
Yeah, completely. He's like, we have ducks for, it was Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And we didn't have anything set up, and we were just like, all right, I guess we got to do it now. Like, we're forced to do that. But, so I mean, one of my biggest takeaways already is don't wait. Just go for it. You're not going to have everything planned. people say that all the time, like when they're getting married or having babies, deciding if they're going to do that. Well, I want to wait until the time's right where I have enough money, where, you know, I'm not so busy or something like that. And that time will never, ever come. You'll just be waiting. So I love that we don't totally have a plan.
And I'm looking forward to the opportunities that are going to happen, not just through the process, which I'm really enjoying. Man, I forgot how much I love to do this. Some of the opportunities, even Malachi and I working on this, because we work together really well together, because we think a lot alike, which is terrible for him. I feel bad for him. But so we work together well.
Feel bad for me. I have to live with both of you.
That's true. So that, I mean, the process, but also some of the things that are going to come out of it. Today, a friend of ours, she's blind, and a couple weeks ago,
before we got the bus, she knew we had an RV. She said, hey, you know, my new guide dog is having a problem with getting onto buses. And we were already pretty much ready to move forward at this point with the bus, but nobody else knew. And so she says, do you have an RV? We used to have an RV. Do you have an RV? Can we use it? Can we take Kenny up and down the steps to be able to train him get used to the steps, being more used to the steps and confident in it.
So today after church, she, you know, we had already made the plan, and she brought her dog. She always has a dog, but and you know, he did some training up and down the steps. I actually have some pictures that I'm going to post on this video as we get to the end. But he was able to work, and she's going to be able to work on up and down the steps on the bus
without
it running.
The pressure of an actual bus, because I mean that's how she gets around a lot of the time, and so the dog has to be used to the steps. And so then we were texting back and forth, and I was like, we have a bus, haha. Like, she had no idea. It was really funny when we were like, actually, we have a bus for you. And she was like, what?
And one of her trainers, you know, she was telling me today, was brainstorming and trying to figure out how to train the dog. And she said, well, actually, my pastor bought a bus. And so now her trainer's like all kinds of intrigued. And so anyways, interesting stuff, and how God is going to kind of use this for more than just our family and stuff. So that's what we're looking forward to. What is God going to do through all of this? For us, it's a way for us to live in God's fullness, which I think sometimes we cut ourselves short on. And I see other people, I'm like, man, I wish we could do that. I'm like, wait a minute, God's put those things on my heart. Let's see if He'll open the door. And some of the things we've tried, big no-go, and some things we tried, and we have a bus. So yeah, and it's just, we're excited to see what God's going to do through us as a family, but also with friends and stuff as well too. Hopefully you'll continue to follow us, subscribe, like, and do all that stuff. Subscribe, like, follow.
Do all the things.
I don't even know. We got to figure out. Because I hear people say when I watch your YouTube channel, it's so smooth. They're like, bah, bah, bah. And no.
We're not that smooth yet.
No, Malachi keeps getting mad at me because I keep using wrong terminology.
That's not what it's called, Dad.
And I feel really old. All right, so that's it.